like my next guest. He's a good guy. His new series, Legends, premieres tomorrow night on something called the United Paramount Network. I have no idea. I think that's one of those Soviet stations which they were... Channel 13, apparently. Please welcome Richard Dean Anderson.
Black socks and knee highs.
You in a suit kills me. I don't know why. It's just funny. It's like, well, that's like from the Sears Young Men's Shop.
I swear to you.
Now, look at
I really have to ask, is it too short?
No, you slept in it. Look, it's all wrinkled. No, I went in your dressing room and you were asleep. You had this rolled up in a ball and used it as a pillow. Look, it's still all creased in here.
It's the style, Jay. I am a fashion plate, you know that. I've hugged an Angora sweater recently.
Now, why were you sleeping?
Oh, man.
I didn't mean to wake you up. I'm sorry. I just, I like going to say hello to the guest. And look at your hair. Look like you're sleeping in your hair.
Anything else before we get started?
No.
I'm tired. I was exhausted. I'm totally exhausted. I am an executive producer now.
Now, what is that?
That means, a hush went over. Sounds great. It's just a lot more work and pain in the butt, actually.
Really?
So, well, it's just more responsibilities. You got to, like, actually be awake for...
oh, yeah, you got to pay attention.
It's no more vacuous, call me when you're ready, close-up motorhome sort of business. You sort of have to...
So now you're in there. You're in the thick of
like
it.
hands-on, little kind of control, sort of shared control.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
To my partners. So anyway, it's I haven't been sleeping a lot.
Really? So how much sleep do you get a day?
None during the day. I try to save
you got about an hour and a half just now on my time. On your time, on my time becomes sleep.
I had just gone down when you so rudely interrupted me. Thank you. I was in my REM cycle.
Well, how about Easter? What did you do for Easter? Did you do anything yesterday?
Went up to San Francisco, one of my favorite town in the United States.
Now, who'd you go up there with? You go up by yourself?
A friend, very good, close, very...
Good close friend?
Yeah, good close
Female friend?
Yeah, female.
So what'd you do, play Yahtzee all weekend?
No games.
Is this someone you're seeing, or what?
Yes, I have a girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend. Now, this is the first time you have admitted that.
This is like, for those of you who watch the show regularly whenever I'm on, this is one of the first questions he'll ask me. So, who you dating?
No, but this is good. No, it's good to see you in some sort of a commitment.
This is spectacular.
I know you're about you're 45.
Yeah.
So she's what, 41, 42?
There's a 20-year difference.
38?
She's 65.
She's 60?
Thank you.
25? She's 25?
Yeah, she's 25. A gentle, beautiful soul.
Oh, yeah. No wonder you're tired.
Come on, be happy.
You're out there playing tennis. She's whacking those balls.
She's what?
She's whacking the tennis ball. So what does she do? Is she an actress?
Yes, she's an actress. She's a wonderful actress.
For a part on your program?
Beautiful. I think she's transcended the world of episodic television.
She's a movie actress?
Yeah.
Somebody famous? Somebody ever know?
She's wonderful. Yeah, of course you will.
Really?
Yeah. You're not going to know tonight, however.
No?
We're gonna string it out and keep the privacy factor at a high for as long as possible.
I mean, is that tough being you're dating someone 20? I mean, you say, I remember I went to this Beatles concert and they go, who?
Yeah.
I mean, is that odd?
It hasn't been a problem yet.
No?
I don't foresee it. You're getting off on this.
Performance problems? I mean, you're 20 years old.
No, she's doing just fine.
Yeah? I mean, if she dies, she dies. One of those. Yeah.
How will you stop that? I'm trying to be a class actor.
So what do you take it? Like Disneyland, Marineland, that kind of stuff?
The petting zoo.
The petting zoo?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry, honey.
You go to grunge bars? I mean, what do you do?
It was inevitable.
I mean, you sit at the Pearl Jam concert? Ow.
Actually...
I mean, you could be her dad. You could be...
I'm younger than her dad.
How old's her dad?
By 3 years.
3 years. All right, more with Richard Dean right after this. Be right back right after this. So you're still renting a house? You're still doing that?
Yep. Still have the house out in the Palisades.
Why don't you just buy a house? What do you spend in rent? I'm just get a house.
I'm on location, so I've looked at. I've tried to buy 3 houses now. I have this house karma thing going on. The first one I tried to buy, I got into a kind of a bidding war when the market was at its lowest, which is kind of like me. But I gave up on it. The guy got it. The earthquakes hit. Next one, the fires hit. And this last one, the rains hit. And they've all kind of just crumbled to the ground. Should I read into that a little bit?
And you have good karma, too, apparently. Like you said, you got good, house karma.
I have not purchased any one of those houses, and they've all gone by the wayside. So
now, are you handy around the... I mean, people teach you with the MacGyver thing with all the stuff, but you seem like you would be a pretty handy guy. I know you're a mechanical guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No, you're not?
I came home one night... a couple months ago, and this is, I've lost track of when the rains hit, but the hillside had no problems whatsoever, but I heard this gurgling going on in the backyard, and there's kind of a 45-degree slope, ice plant and all that stuff, and all I heard was gurgling and didn't think anything of it. Go in, into the house, there's no water pressure. Next morning, no water pressure. And
that means you have a busted pipe.
Go figure.
So what did you do?
So I walked out on the side of the hill. It slid. It had gone. It undermined the entire side of the hill. So I went down to try and turn off the main water tap. Now, I had to call the water department to find out where it was, get down there. And I'm in the, about thigh-high muck, about to turn off the water main. I looked to my left, and 10 feet away, the rest of the mountain is coming down.
Really?
Oh, yeah, yeah. It was, and you don't outrun a mudslide when you're thigh-high in the mud. So, no, I'm not very handy at all. In answer to your question.
Thank you. Good night. So you didn't get... Oh, well, how did you outrun the mud? That's my question. How did you get... So the mud is coming.
There was absolutely nothing I could do. It was coming, and I just...
And you were killed instantly.
Yeah, and I... Yeah, the rim shot's getting a workout tonight.
No. I'm reading your bio. You used to work at Marineland. Is that true? Now, what did you do at Marineland?
I actually was hired 20th Century Fox some time ago. Had taken over the lease to try and make the park go, and they hired.
How long ago are we talking now?
Oh God, almost 20 years. I
so when your girlfriend was 5. So when your girlfriend was 5, you were working at Marineland, trying to put money away for her.
Yeah, for the college education.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Okay, your girlfriend was 5. You were working at Marineland, and what happened?
I don't know. What were you asking?
What did you do at Marineland?
Oh, I was long story far too longer. I was in charge of writing the shows for the killer whales and a dolphin show as well. But the killer whale show, I had written myself into it. Midwest boy, like, big marine mammals and such like that. So I wrote myself into the show. And part of the show, I had to stand on top of a ladder about 16 feet above the water with a mackerel in my mouth and Orky of Orky and Corky fame.
A real mackerel every day?
Yeah, a real live dead mackerel.
Right.
In my teeth, and it would come up and snatch it out of my mouth. And to this day, I can't stand sushi. Thank you!
Now, really, how many times a day would you have to do that?
3 times a day.
3 times a day? Just stand with fish in your mouth?
Absolutely. And Mrs. Pauls and I don't get along to this day.
Oh, really? All right, so tell me about your new show now. What is the
It's on the United Paramount Network. Channel 13 here. Look for it in your part of the country.
And you really have to look hard, apparently. No, it's one of those new networks.
Yeah, it's UPN. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's a fledgling network.
Small.
So yeah, it's starting out small, although bigger than Warner Brothers. Thank you.
Oh, is it bigger than the Warner Brothers one? Yeah.
Yeah, which is saying a lot.
So what is the show about? What do you do?
All right, the show is about, I play a character. It takes place in 1876. I play a dime novelist whose name is Ernest Pratt. He looks somewhat like I look presently, and the writer has created a fictional character called Nicodemus Legend. And through a series of events, which I won't bore you with tonight. Hopefully you'll watch tomorrow and not be bored. But I have to assume the identity of this fictional character.
1876.
1876. So that would be a period piece.
Almost 100 years till your girlfriend would be born.
Exactly.
All right,
a man is fast.
Premieres tomorrow night on the UPN network. Richard, always good to see you.
You too,
good to see you. Hey, that's my water. Be right back with Paula Poundstone. There's your own water.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Now, you told me you had some big that way. Now, things are good? Life in general as well for you? You look good?
Very, very happy. I'm so excited to know that Richard is dating a young girl.
Me too.
It was a whoop of joy went up in our dressing room when we saw that on the monitor. You know, kids today get so little guidance, but a guy like you...
Right, yeah.
Who can take one by the hand And, hey, Richard...
I was fond of saying at one point I didn't want children, I wanted to date them, but I guess it's going a little far.
Yeah.
I'll handle this.
All right, it's yours.
They tense up when you say stuff like that. I actually, well, as I've said before, I don't have sex at all, but I will say...
That's true, you don't at all.
No, I don't.
You don't have any interest in it.
None whatsoever. I would have made a rare exception in your case, but forget it, you've blown it. No, you made your choice. That's fine with me. No, I have a manager who's been having sex, and she tells me...
Yes.
So
you know people who've had sex?
Yeah, I know people, which is the closest. I actually have photographs of people that know people who've had sex.
Really?
That's what
I don't want people to think you're making fun of them, because you really did like
Richard, anybody you know kick recently? This is...
Not recently.
How did you get the job as host? Let me ask you
what
that.
I mean is, I didn't